President Trump has threatened to impose a 50% tariff on China in response to its proposed 34% retaliatory measure. He added that trade talks with other countries would begin immediately.
트럼프 미국 대통령이 34% 맞불 관세를 예고한 중국에 50% 추가 관세를 물리겠다고 경고했습니다. 중국을 제외한 다른 나라들과의 협상은 즉시 시작될 것이라고 밝혔습니다. Okay, so first of all, Trump says these are your retaliatory tariffs on China, 34%. And then China says, oh, well, we're going to also put tariffs on your goods.
Yes.
And then Trump says, oh, really? Then we're going to put 50% on top of that. What is going on?
Yes, it is escalating. The retaliatory measures, this 34% from the Chinese side, goes into effect today, the 8th, 8일부터. And because they have not talked about getting rid of it, now Trump is saying, okay, tomorrow, 9일부터,
Wow.
they will put an extra 50%.
Okay, so Cameron, okay, hold on. Let's do some math.
Yes.
이게 total, what is the total?
다 합치면 140%가 될 거예요.
140? 104?
104, yes, excuse me,
okay.
sorry. 104%가 될 거예요. 104%. That includes original tariffs plus the extra tariffs, then the retaliatory tariffs.
This is just...
It's just tariffs on top of tariffs
Tariffs.
upon top of tariffs.
My goodness,
Yeah.
we cannot keep track. Now, however, the other countries are quickly going to the negotiation table, right? They want to talk.
Yes.
So what's going on with the other countries?
Yeah, a lot of world leaders right now are scrambling to get a negotiation time with the U.S. So the EU has said it is a top priority. The Japanese prime minister had a 25-minute phone call already.
Okay.
So they are setting up a negotiation team. And in Southeast Asia as well, Vietnam, for example, said they will put tariffs to zero. 네, 역으로 낮추겠다고 베트남은 그렇게 입장 밝혔는데요. Malaysia as well said they will work through ASEAN to do something, and Indonesia is trying to find ways to reduce their trade surplus.
Okay. So I hope despite kind of like our political situation here that Korea is able to come to some sort of terms.
Yes. So we are waiting for the election, of course. Fortunately, Korea's chief trade negotiator, Chung In-kyo, 동산교섭 본부장, he is leaving for the U.S. tonight, and he will start talks. So it's not like we have to wait all 60 days before the election.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so
I was concerned.
Right.
Right.
So there will be some negotiations, but it is, I guess, a little more complicated with the election going on.
네, 여기 우리 청취자 3721님이 전 세계가 제로섬 게임이네요. 마이너스 게임이 더 맞는 것 같습니다.
Yeah, a zero-sum game, of course. It's whenever you have a lot of losers
Yeah.
and you're just trying to gather as much. It's kind of the opposite of a win-win situation,
Yeah,
right?
it is not a win-win situation. So let's look at this expression in response to. So basically, U.S. has imposed a additional 50% tariff in response to what China did.
Yes.
So what does that mean? In response to?
Yeah, 뭐뭐에 대한 대응으로.
Yeah.
So this in response, it doesn't have to be a message. The response can also be an action. You did that?
Well,
Okay,
I'm gonna
I
do
will
that.
do this.
That's right. Because we think of like, oh, he responded, meaning he responded to the question.
Yeah, 답변, 답신.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's more of an action.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure we'll cover something on Evening Special. Let me read that again. President Trump has threatened to impose a 50% tariff on China in response to its proposed 34% retaliatory measure. He added that trade talks with other countries would begin immediately.